Good afternoon, Bruin Nation, and welcome to another edition here of Something Bruin Season 2 with Coach Cook. And Coach Cook, Christmas break right around the holidays.
Yeah, right here, man. It's a good time to spend time with family, and all those good things that come with it. How are you doing, Rags?
Hey, I'm doing great, and just speechless and just thankful with the enormous following here of covering Bruin football, and just the amount of people from all over the country that want
Correct.
to that's Bruin alum and want to tune into Bruin football. 21,000 hits here over the last week here on my
Right,
Facebook page.
right. So yeah, a lot of good going on. A lot of good going on. Just proud about our kids. I think it all starts with them, and it's very attractive when you're seeing student athletes compete at a high level, take pride in their school, and then most importantly, doing it right in the community. I think that's a good recipe of support when it comes to what it looks like, and drawing that alum back. Just so proud of these guys. It's been a long weekend since last Saturday, but it's a lot to be thankful for. And as coaches, we don't get to really sit back and enjoy those moments. I really hope our kids are. But for us, we're trying to figure out how do we get our kids prepared going back into the off season to get them right back where they came from. But yeah, so proud of Bruin Nation. I saw the numbers that you had, and it's a good time to do a fundraiser. I'll tell you that.
Well, hey, thanks. Hey, and I know that you and I unofficially talked about something here, for sponsorships or something
Yep.
here for season 3 of Something Bruin. And Elizabeth just had the idea. Hey, with the great acknowledgement here of people tuned in. I mean, I know that we want to make money with people coming to the games, but I might have to start looking at making a commitment to 10 regular season Friday nights and
There you go.
report there from the sidelines.
Yeah, it's a lot of good going on. It's a lot. But most importantly, we love the support. It's not about the money for us. It's really, watching the community shut down on Friday nights and come out and fill the stands as they did this year and years past. So, that's awesome to see. A big shout out to you in the Christmas parade. That was awesome. A great plug for you and our program. It was awesome to see the community out supporting our young men before we got on the road to head up to Northern Virginia. Just a lot of good going on here at Western Branch High School, and a lot to be proud of.
Yes, and we're doing some research here with getting ready to do this episode. I mean, so we had a 6-game spring season. We 3-3, but 2021 we went 8-2 in the regular season. We went to the regional championship game. We scored 324 points, gave up 216. This year, we had another 8-2 regular season. We went state semifinals. We scored 417 points and roughly gave up the same amount as last year. So definitely an improvement here for Bruin football.
A major improvement. Regular season, we're 16-4 in 2 years. Overall, we're 10-3 last season, 21 season, and this year we finished 11-3. So 10-3 and 11-3, not bad overall if I got my numbers right. So it's a lot of winning, and again, too much is given, much is required. So the more winning you're getting, the more attention you're getting, and the more work you have to put in to maintain and sustain. That's even coaches. We're excited about a full off season again, year 2 of a full off season coming out of the pandemic, but also hopefully hitting 2 or 3 potential coaches clinics this year versus 2 last year. So it's a lot of good things that we're doing, to continue to build this program. And it starts with us, our kids, it starts with them as well. So their commitment in the off season, the late January winter workouts, all the way to spring ball, all the way to summer conditioning, they got to be there. We understand teenagers want to work and, make a little money here or there, but ultimately it's a sacrifice. It's a 4-year sacrifice that they have to make, much like we do, to make sure that, we have the best product on the field. So hopefully this offseason we get more participants during the winter workout and the spring ball time frame. And, we transition all of that into the summer. Now, we did a great job with maintaining about 40 plus. I believe it was almost 60 because of how our winter workouts is kind of staggered. So we had about 30 O-line, D-line, and big skill guys on Monday and Wednesdays. And then Tuesday and Thursday, we had an equal amount of 32 or 33 or more skill guys, kickers, punters, specialists, So what we like to do is just kind of break it up a little bit. We don't want to burn our kids out too early. So in the month of January, the back end of January going into February, our kids are on 2 days and all 5. Our coaching staff work 2 days and all 5. So whatever the emphasis is of that day, those are the coaching staff. That will be the coaching staff and group that will be working. To me, it's work. The guys look the same. They move the same. They run the same. And then on Tuesday and Thursday, when we bring our skill kids in, our defensive back, our wide receiver coach, quarterbacks, you name it, they'll be in there working, facilitating the weight room and training and working them with footwork and things of that nature. But those guys also look the same. They move the same. They run the same. So it allows us to have a very efficient 90 minutes of all-season conditioning twice a week. And also it doesn't, put our coaches through that rigorous grind, if that makes sense, from working from January all the way to December. That's very taxing. So as a head coach, I try to get them some time off so they can have family time and downtime and things of that nature, but yet still stay connected with their personnel and their position groups.
Yes, and now that the season's over, to play at the next level, there is a early signing period in December, but majority of the signing period comes in February.
Correct.
So, you got Christmas, you got New Year's, so what's next here for the uncommitted seniors? Just to go to camps or some type of visits here?
Well, we've been very fortunate here at Western Branch, networking with coaches at the college level personally and building relationships of trust with those guys. It helps to have a Paul Billups and CJ Frazier here because that attention draws, more recruiters here. But our 22 class did a very good job. I believe it's 8 guys right now continuing their education at the collegiate level and also currently playing college football. So, that helps too. When you see guys that are making, 4-year commitments and decisions, other schools want to come and see what it's about. Right now, our uncommitted are still being recruited. We've had, I believe, a flurry of college coaches come in the last 2 weeks. Winning helps,
Yeah.
A lot of congratulations on your season, great season, things of that nature. But right now we're good. We had Jazari Priester and Jaden Chappelle just pick up a 2-4 rides to Fayetteville State apiece, today. So recruitment is definitely there. We've had Christopher Newport, Coach Paul Crawley come in, and he loves it here at Western Branch. It's not taking anything away from any other school that he recruits from, but he understands that there's talent here. Coach Balzerman from Shenandoah came in Wednesday and doubled back today, to get eyes on some of the guys. So our recruitment is really, really right where it needs to be. I can tell you now, and this is probably going to parents and people who are listening, with the way of the world of college football, December is the new February, especially for high school athletes. I would not sit on offers. I would not sit on waiting for the dream school to come in. You know, if you're blessed to receive a scholarship, a full ride, or a scholarship package, you know, take it, because the free agency occurs after December 21st. You know, now they're looking in the transfer portal, maybe a late bloomer here, or maybe a decommit there, or things of that nature. You know, athletes still fall in their laps, but, you know, they're looking to sign, you know, late signees or guys that they didn't think they would get in February, but really tapping into that transfer portal. And I think talking to some of the coaches that are coming to building, a lot of them have figured it out. You know, whether they want to take a high school quarterback and a portal quarterback, or do they want to take, you know, high school O-linemen, 2 or 3 of them, and then possibly, you know, fill the rest of the needs through the transfer portal. So they're starting to figure it out. But my message would be to the young guys, you know, go where you want it, not tolerate it, and fall in love with the university for academic reasons, and not the uniforms and the coach that's recruiting you and things of that nature, because they will come and go. But it's a lot of good, and it's a lot of good messages out there. But for us, we're in a good spot. You know, I'm very pleased where we are. We could potentially have 4 signing next Friday. We're going to have a early signing December 16th here at Western Branch. Paul Billups right now. C.J. Frazier, who is going to he's already committed to University of Richmond. His recruiting coordinator was Coach Ellis, Chris Ellis. Paul Billups committed to University of North Carolina. His recruiting coordinator is Dre Bly. And who else do we have? Coach Bobby Rome got a good baller out of Deontay Brickhouse, going committed to Florida Memorial. But there's a few more guys still making decisions. I don't want to say their names yet. I believe that's up to the family and the student athletes that are deciding when they want to make their decision. But it's going to be a full table of you know, Bruins going off to the next level, and that's what it's about. You know, getting that opportunity. Me as a coach, paying it forward. I had an opportunity to play at the college level, much like most of our staff, and that's all we want out of these young men that are competing.
Right, and hey, just a little side note. Next Friday, let me know what the time is, because I'll be already off for the Christmas break, and Rags will be there.
No doubt, absolutely. So yes, just excited. You know, our recruitment is here, and the one thing that our kids have learned is, you know, you got to be recruitable. This message I shared with them this week, although they knew and they know college coaches are coming in, one thing I shared with a couple guys is you are a walking resume. This is a in-person interview. And I said, you've never met these coaches before. So your first impression could be their last, or their first impression of you could be your last. So, you know, we don't want our kids to look any different, be any different. But just like any job opportunity, you want to look the part and be the part. And, you know, our kids did a great job responding to that. And it's kind of funny because of where I have to recruit sometimes. You hear other kids that are processing and compartmentalizing what I'm sharing with them, you know. So without a doubt, it's a lot of good things going on. But yeah, right now we have, outside of those, Shamik Blizzard obviously is still pondering his decision. Jaden Chappelle has picked up, I think, his 5th or 6th offer. Jazari Priester is in a good space, you know. So we're going to have some guys going to school. We still got some other young men we're working on. And one of my biggest questions I ask, do you want to go to college? Do you want to play college football? I mean, if the first question I ask is yes, but the second question is no, that gives me peace of mind that I've done everything I could do for every student athlete within our program. There are some kids that the high school experience is enough. You know, it's like, thank you, coach, I had a great time. And there are some kids, much like some of the men that we mentioned, that really want to extend that career and that opportunity to play there. So that's my job. You know, that's what it's about right here, getting kids into school, allowing them to chase their higher education and potentially better their future.
Yeah, and piggyback on Brick House. I know it was spur of the moment, but it was pretty awesome to see him make his announcement after the team won the
Yes.
program's first regional championship in
Yep.
20 years, and right there on the field, right next to the Bruin,
We
right,
would we wouldn't want it anyway.
right,
That's the family,
right,
atmosphere. It's a great kid.
yeah,
Nobody's perfect, but that's a great young man who has really made a huge decision, and to share that with his teammates. It's one of the coolest moments. I sat back and was like, wow,
right,
this is awesome.
right,
Never seen it like that. Maybe it's happened before, but that was authentic.
right.
It was organic. And I love to see our kids celebrate other kids' success.
Yeah.
I really do. I think that's what really makes your program so great. When you see your peers, your teammates celebrating other people succeeding, I think when you do that, things fall right in your lap naturally. And he's always been one of those guys.
Yeah. And so some people, my family, friends, hey Mark, how many are the Bruins going to lose? I mean, I know that last year, the graduating class, and then, juniors being seniors this year being leaders, this year looks like about a third of the team is graduating. But I just feel like that with what the foundation that's been laid here by the last two senior classes, I mean, I think it's just gonna roll right in where the 23 class, they become the leaders with
Yep.
being seniors come I mean technically during this off season.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
And I always say, playoffs, things like that are like bowl practices,
right.
where every other school had to turn their equipment in November or mid November. We were still working. We were still getting reps. We were still getting quality practices, and I think that really pays forward for our underclassmen. We traveled last Saturday with 59,
Yeah,
and we're only graduating 18.
yeah,
So the cover isn't there, and a lot of our underclassmen that played, or the what is it, 59, 18, 41 that are returning.
yeah,
Some of those guys were young freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, competing alongside some great, senior and senior leadership. So I'm excited about that opportunity of finally we are, kind of in a good space. I
yeah,
know when I first took over, I believe it was about 20 some guys, including coaches, all together. And in the COVID year, I think we scratched around 32, 33. And then 21 class, we started to jump a little bit around 74. And this year we maintained 85 on the roster. 85. That's including JV. So we're excited. I think at the end of the day, they've had a lot of models ahead of them. As you mentioned, the 22 class, but I would go back to 21. Joseph Frohl, Iran, those guys, they did a great job. Bunting, they did a great job taking a person they didn't really know, but they knew something felt right. They knew something was going to be right, and they followed the lead, and that really paid forward to the 22 class and to the Caleb Robbins that were teammates with those guys. And then to watch Caleb say, okay, let's go.
yeah,
And Mossy and just all those guys, Tucker. And now 23 is saying we're here. So I think 24, 25, and 26 class, they're going to be fun to watch. And I believe our 23s are going to be excited to see what they do with the platform that they've created and provided.
yes, yeah, and it's I mean, like I think it was Coach Addison that said it, last week, or maybe it was even on Thanksgiving, practice, just said how in the spring, in the spring season, I think it was raining too, but in the spring season, we lost a 3-0 game,
Yeah,
and here
COVID.
we were,
Yeah,
Final Four,
yeah.
two seasons later.
Absolutely. The quote that I've used with our guys, and I've used as a teacher, I've used as a parent. You can plant a positive seed or a negative seed. No matter what, it's going to grow. No
Right.
matter what, what you think here, it waters it, and it happens. And all we continue to do is plant that positive seed of we're going to be champs. We're
Yeah.
going to be winners. We're going to do the little things right. And I'm not surprised we're here. It's not bragging or gloating. It's just saying this is the way we have created our program. This is the way we have really, kind of taught our kids how to go about their work. And it's exciting. It's good to see. It's good to see where we finished. And like you said, it was 3-0,
Right.
and that was even self-inflicted. A couple of false starts put them in a field goal opportunity, that year. And those were things that weren't characteristic of Western Branch football, at least the brand that we're playing now. But
Yeah.
that was also inheriting a program and embracing a program and understanding it wasn't going to be an over the night success.
Yeah.
But going into our third year, we've been able to put something together that I hope and I pray a lot of our community can definitely be proud of.
Yes, and another thing. I mean, there was something halfway through the season that Elizabeth and I we couldn't make it to the road game. So I shot coaches group text. And just periodically go back to that text. And with something brewing, I mean, with smartphones, I do save text messages. And so I had to take a screenshot of when you reached out to me here of August 2021 here to start getting together, and here we are finishing up season 2
Yeah,
here at this platform to promote the football program.
absolutely. Eric Black said, "Hey man, I think Rags want to catch up with you or something." So I sent it out there to you, and definitely you responded. And look where we are today. Just excited. It's just an awesome feeling, and ultimately, what I really love the most is this platform allows us to get our kids out there and allows our story to be heard not only now within the 757 and Facebook community, but all over the globe. It's pretty cool. Um, and that's all I wanted, for a program that has been historically successful to a program that, we literally had to pick up all the little pieces and kind of put it back together slowly but surely. I thought it was the right thing to do. It brings our program to the homes of our alumni, our supporters, teammates, classmates, maybe kids on our program that have aunts and uncles that walk the halls of Western Branch High School or Chittenden or Southwestern before they move somewhere else, but they have a connection. So at the end of the day, I really appreciate the opportunity. And I'll say it all the time, and I said it when we first started. It will always be about the kids, not about Coach Cook or any of our coaching staff. And then I shared that with Coach Bullock from Fayetteville State this morning. I love the fact that we got a seasoned coaching staff. When you have that, you lose the egos are no longer a part of the conversation, but the unselfishness and the selfless acts of kindness and things of that nature for the greater good of our kids. I think that's why our program is where it is right now. We have those type of men in our locker room and around our kids every day. So it's exciting, but something brewing is definitely
So,
first class.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. And the other thing is, I know we've said in previous episodes how this season and last season, the regular season, pretty much identical. So what is high school football regular season pretty much? I know you got district games, but is it pretty much a 2-year layout? So now it's going to be something different here come the fall of 23. All right. So, hey, so we got here Coach Cook here. We were just talking about the outlook here of the 23 season here for the football team, and we can so in previous episodes here, he's talked about where the last 2 seasons have pretty much been identical, and in football we have 1 year you'll play a school home, the next year you'll play the school away. So here it is. Hey, what's up, man?
You froze on me. I'm good on my end.
Okay, all right. Hey, so we got Coach Cook here, by the phone. So I was talking here about the 23 season. You said something about a 2-year schedule. So what is it? Is it pretty much ready to reset again here with our schedule come August of 23?
Yeah, obviously that's a process. That's going to take, downtown, looking at how things should look, home and away, things of that nature. Let me see. I think it was COVID season. Whatever schedule we played it twice going into 21. So we were at Indian River 2 years straight, at Oscar Smith 2 years straight, and then I think once this season 22 started, the cycle kind of reset itself. So not quite sure yet, but I know what we're looking for is, again, trying to teach our kids how to compete at a high level early. So when we get to playoffs, we're in a better space. We're kind of battle tested, if that makes sense. So we're looking at a couple of Northern Virginia schools we're going to reach out to. Obviously 6A, so, power rankings and things of that nature. We don't really have to worry about someone else controlling our destiny. And just, I love traveling, like getting our kids out of Chesapeake, giving them an opportunity to compete against different kids and realize, hey, these kids are different, or they put their pants on one leg at a time, just like you. So, for us, that's what I'm looking for. Maybe as far as Richmond, but definitely, hopefully somewhere in the Stafford, Virginia area, where we could get a good rep against a quality opponent in that area or that region. So technically, when it comes down to what the schedule will look like, we won't know until around March or April.
Okay.
When that official schedule comes out. So right now it's a lot of just maintenance and putting things up and inventory, taking care of our home, and looking at some things, some upgrades and things that we can do within our own facility to keep it, one of the top ones in all of Chesapeake and all of Taiwan.
Yeah, and looking at this season's regular season, I mean, even to start off with the exhibition, I mean, we hosted Warwick, who went to a regional championship game, and we hosted Norcom, which I know with Hawk leading the program, but Norcom had a great season. Now
they did
get into a tough Phoebus team, but I mean, even our exhibition opponents made the playoffs.
Yep, they sure did. It makes me look like I scheduled something right, huh? We got it right. We got 2 playoff teams for our exhibition games. But shout out to Ward and Coach Harrison. Those guys. Ideally, we didn't have Shamik. We rested them throughout the preseason, as far as just everything, making sure he went into the regular season healthy. He had a phenomenal year, to say the least. Shamik Blizzard, but Ward really gave us that iron sharpened iron. That I'm coming here, we're going to will our way and things of that nature, and really made us better. Then Coach Hawk with the benefit scrimmage, in recognition of Troy Outland Sr. and the cancer benefit scrimmage was awesome. Got a lot of respect for him and his staff and how they go about what they do. So yes, with 2 exhibition games, it really kind of allowed us to kind of see who are we, what type of team we're going to be. But understanding we didn't have Shamik Blizzard both games. I think we set somebody else the second game, just get ready for a backyard brawl with Churchland. It was a good start. It was a good start that season. We don't keep record, but we do see if we got better each week. That was the one thing we wanted to see. I really think scrimmages are really to see is the offense right where it needs to be. Defense is more design and react. There's still some holes and some pieces that we had to make sure were in the right space, if that makes sense. But it was really to see if our offense was right where it needed to be going into week 0.
And I like to wrap up here with I mean, there's still a Bruin alum still in the college football playoffs, and
Yes.
it's the Elite Eight round now. Now I hope they're dressing warmly with going out to Montana, but with playing on Friday night,
Yeah.
it's going to be on ESPN2 there tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We FaceTime earlier. It is snow mounds about 6'5", 6 feet, 3 inches. He kind of turned around and it almost swallowed him whole. But where he is a beautiful area, obviously mountains and snow on the mountains, everything you see on the Hallmark Channel. It's pretty cool. And, they got a good Montana team. So they got to go in there ready to rock and roll. But William and Mary, much like Western Branch, I think is very deceptive. You really, until you start playing them, you don't realize, who they are, what they're about. But Coach London has done a phenomenal job. Coach Kanan Carter, Coach Rossai, Coach Brown, the D coordinator. All those guys have done an excellent job. When you look at football as a whole, you see the growth and the development. And those guys are playing lights out, if that makes sense. But yeah, they got a good matchup. It will be 10 o'clock Eastern time, 8 o'clock, I guess the Central Standard Time. I don't know. They're in the big sky country, I'll tell you that. But over there to be around 8. So if it's 10:30, it's 8:30 over there. Just 2 hours behind.
Yeah.
But great experience. They're practicing at night to get adjusted to playing at night and that temperature and all those things. So it's a lot. And obviously, the higher the elevation, the thinner the air. But the better the air quality. So, Coach London is probably going to run them crazy, all of them. But, shout out to William and Mary getting it done, and the Bruin alum still playing, college football in December. And I got a good feeling it's going to be quite a bit more that they're going to get that either bowl experience or late, FCS playoff push in a few years to come.
Yes, yeah, and so Rashad, thanks again. I'll go ahead and put down December 16th.
Yes.
With the signing day, just let me know what time that is. But hey, to Mike Sharp, Sean Hess, everybody, the community that did the parade, and also here with Bruin Nation.
Yes.
I want to say thank you, and Rashad, to your time here. We're wrapping up season 2 of Something Bruin, and to promote the kids. It's just been great and something that I look forward to.
Absolutely. The one thing I want our kids, I think we're gonna find a way to do it. They got to realize in 2 years we competed for a regional championship, finished runner-up in 21, and finally got it done in 22 against a good Manchester football team. Year 3, we stepped on the podium, right?
Yeah.
We finally got on the stage, the Final Four finish, the best 4 teams in the state, at the end of the day. Now we got to learn how to stay on the stage. So that's something that we really want our kids to kind of hold on to as they move forward into our January winter workouts. And then ultimately, I think we hit the nail on the head, 21-6 in 2 years. So, again, just a lot of good football going on here at Western Branch, a lot of good student athletes competing at a high level. I think the biggest was getting them off the couch, because COVID had a grip on a lot of kids. So now they're getting off that couch and getting away from the video games and starting to get it, and I'm excited about that. I want to say real quick, big shout out to Coach Delbridge, who is at West Branch Middle. Shout out to Jolliffe Middle head coach as well, and our coaching staff. What a coaching staff we got, right?
Yes.
Great men, a lot of great men of faith, and just solid coaches, but they also are coaches. Like they really understand the game. And sometimes when you have those that strong of a collective mind, it can be challenging, but we got it done. We found a way to get it done and be good at what we do. So that part is definitely important. I think Miss Bartow really helped us this year. She really kept us going. Make sure the kids have the best pregame and postgame experience. You name it. Miss Higgins. So it's a lot of thank yous. I don't want to miss one, so I'm gonna stop while I can. I don't want anyone upset, but just all in all, as you say, Bruin Nation. I think that's the best way to put it, and that covers Miss Ann Klein and Coach Dick Arculin and Coach Brandriff, Mr. Brandriff. It covers everybody, but what a year! What a year that we had. We didn't get what we wanted, but I think the hashtag that our kids used after we beat Oscar Smith was "Job is not finished yet," and that's something that keeps me going every day. Understanding where we were, our job is still not finished yet. We still want to get to that moment, and when we do, much like our regional championship win, the first one in 20 years, that's for every Bruin that competed, every coach that competed, and every student athlete or every student body that was a part of what we did. Last one is Miss Williamson and Miss Foster. Without a doubt, Coach Wright. They did a phenomenal job in-house promoting our program, supporting our program, and continue to uplift it. So I'm gonna stop there. But so much thanks to you, Mark. I'm a mixed big guy, and like we did last year, maybe around March we could do it kind of almost a spring, check out spring ball where we look and what it looks like and the personnel we have. I look forward to that. But right now it's just R&R, rest and relaxation. After next Friday, I get to go on vacation for a short time, and then it's time to go back. Yep. Thank you so much, buddy.
Hey, no problem. Hey, and with a late game tomorrow night, I know that you'll still be up.
Yes.
So if things are going the right way here for Tribe football, I might shoot you a text. But
okay.
it's just been great. Look forward to and also Mr. Hicks.
Yes.
I show up there before the school day ends. I thought buses just pulled up to the curbs. I didn't realize they did the parking spots.
Times have changed. Remember, we talked about that. That was the old driver's ed parking lot.
Right.
Speed bumps are no longer there. It's a lot of things that have changed. But no, we get it. You're good. Yeah. You have done a lot for us. Mr. Hicks is phenomenal. He's an awesome principal, and he cares about the kids. Sports is one thing. But watching kids compete in the classroom and in the community and on the field, that's what he's all about. Yeah. So without a doubt, yes. Yeah.
And the thing is not only being 1-0 on the field, but also in the game of life.
Absolutely. And a message brought to me, but I'm sure it will always be sent to our kids. There's never a loss. There are always lessons. There's things in life that you can learn from, last Saturday and know how to attack, when that time comes. So we learned a lesson. We're good where we are, proud of our kids. I felt like we stretched our kids as far as they possibly could go. Take nothing away from freedom. They're a good football team, without a doubt. They're a good team. But at the end of the day, when you stretch as far as you could go, you gain so much. And I feel like that's what 23 has left for 24, 25, and 26. The opportunity to now say, okay, we got there, let's stay there. And that's our goal every year.
Yeah, so that's why before I got on the road, thankfully 95 was good going up and coming back. But, I wanted to make sure that I fist bump or handshake, it just about every player that I could see. Because yes, we do want to always win when they, but I wanted to show the kid or tell
that
the
support.
Kid, hey, great season. The chips didn't go our way today, but hey, at the end of the day, great season.
Absolutely. I think I spoke to the guys.
Yeah.
So I paused. It's just something dropped in my spirit. Let's do it this way. And I looked at every coach because you know how we are.
Right.
And my kids respect that. I called seniors up.
Yeah.
I wanted our seniors to be able to own that moment.
Yeah.
Although it could have been emotional or one of those, just whatever it may be, I think it was the right thing to do, to allow them to share their appreciation for the effort and the time and the energy that they put in for 4 years to get to this spot. And I think for them to share that with their peers, it's going to hit twice as harder to the core, to the heart, than a coach just telling them the rhetoric of what a coach would say in that type of moment. And, the guys that we called up, it was not by design. It just so happened, but we got so many other seniors that voice can and will be heard to share their appreciation as well. But I thought that was the right thing to do. Allow those kids come up, Shamik Blizzard, Paul Billups, Taquan Trotman, Jazari Priester, and C.J. Frazier, just to name a few, and allow them to just tell their teammates, here's where I am, here's how we got here, and here's what we can do to stay here, And, I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of them and all of our seniors. Yep.
Yes. So
it's a lot. Right. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
It's a lot. But it's organic. It's done the right way. It's God willing. It's done the right way. And as long as I'm here, that's the goal. That's the goal. To do it the right way, keep it about the kids, and understand that this is a game that we get to coach. We don't have to coach. We get to coach this game. And it's also a game that these kids get to play. They don't have to play. So we want to keep that in perspective and understand the bigger game is life and the lessons that we can learn from this game to move forward. Yep.
So, but all right. Well, hey, Bruin Nation, enjoy this episode.
Yes.
And something, Bruin. This is going to close the book here on season 2. But Rashad, stay in touch, man, and we'll and I'll see you there next Friday.
Next Thursday. That's our senior award banquet. Next Thursday. All the information to come out, and then I'll make sure you get that by tomorrow. And then next Friday is another opportunity for our Bruins to move on to the next level. So I believe we'll be around 12 going to the next level in 2 years. And I believe 5 D1 players coming out of Western Branch. So just a good time for where we are in the space we're in. So I appreciate it.
Okay, sure, no problem. No, I didn't know with but I guess squeeze that postseason banquet in before the break.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. And it's the senior award banquet, so it's really a highlight and appreciation of our seniors. Although they're juniors, sophomore, and freshman recipients for certain things, is really their night, if that makes sense. But I appreciate you, Mark.
Sure thing, Rashad. Hey, right back at you, and Bruin Nation. That's a wrap. So enjoy the episode, and everybody have a great Christmas, New Year's break.
Absolutely. Go Bruins.
See you.